Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This 14th chapter gives us a vision, a real scientific vision. And what is the vision? We accept in science something which is logically proved and logically accepted and experimentally repeated. Then it is accepted as a scientific truth. Now see, we are body. How can it be ever proved? Because body is not created by us. So if the body is not created by us, on what foundation do we say that I am the body? Very clear. Scientific. Now, I am looking at you through my glasses. So, if I take out my glasses and keep here and tell the glasses, keep an eye on them, nobody should sleep. No. The glasses are only a medium through which I am seeing. Who is I? This I is the eyes. Similarly, through the instrument of the eye, someone else is seeing. Your ears are not hearing, and my tongue is not talking. There is a hearer behind the ears, and there is a speaker behind the organ of speech. Logical. And if this is so, and as long as we continue to live as body, there is no solution to any problem of life. And what the science does? Only to insist that we are body, humanity means the body. And then try to serve, to improve, to help this body identification. If you remember, once I told you this. In one medical college, they have opened a department, new department of the oldies. That was the department, geriatrics. And they have called me to inaugurate. Maybe I am matching. And after I went there, till that time I didn't know what is the geriatrics. So for 3 hours I was suffering through their slideshow. And afterwards they said, now we request Swamiji to deliver his address and declare this department open. And then I said, first of all, I will like to tell that the problem in this world are created by the doctors. How? They don't allow the people to die. See? Just see. The new genome is not allowed to be brought into this world. Genome means genetic material. Genome means, like, the other day, one very intelligent lady, she herself was IAS, Her husband was also IAS. Therefore, both of them, IAS means I am sorry. So they were living sorrowfully together. And he was a commissioner and she was a Goishner. If somebody is a commissioner, it's a Goishner. And they had a child. And then she asked me, Swamiji, I want to have a personal interview. I said, I don't want any job from you. Why should I give you interview? No. I have got some problem. I said, okay, what is the problem? Swamiji, we are thinking of adopting a child. I said, are you both, husband and wife, not capable of producing a child? No, Swamiji, we have got a child. I said, then why don't you bring out another half a dozen? No, we thought, we'll adopt a child and all that. I said, look here, you know what you are doing? Both of you are intelligent. And if the intelligent people do not produce children and increase the quality of the genetic material available in this world, then this intelligence genes will be already lost. If you take any society, intelligent people are not 12 to a dozen, very few of them. See? And if those people stop producing children, a stage has come. What is the stage? Democracy. And what is the democracy? Democracy is majority rule. And majority is of fools. So in democracy, the fools rule the wise. And the result is otherwise. See. So I told her, why don't you produce the children? Yes, what you say makes a sense. I said, sometime I do. So, but why shouldn't I adopt a child? I said, why do you want to create problem for those two children? You don't deceive yourself. When you will see that your child being intelligent because the genetic material is intelligent and you are taking a unknown child from an orphanage, you do not know. As they will grow, they will definitely come to know that he is the original and he is the Xerox. Do you think there will be the same kind of treatment given by you to the two children? No. So why do you keep problems? So in that medical college, I said, why don't you allow people to die? And what you are all doing? That we have got this medicine, that medicine, and thereafter this comforts and that comforts. I said, look here, in old age, people should prepare themselves to live, not to live long. See? If we prepare ourselves to live, our lifestyle will change totally. Now tell me, when you decide to go for a vacation, so when you want to go for a vacation, for a holiday, are you not excited? See, we are going to go to Kulu Manali. So, before going 3-4 months, there is a planning. And then you start booking your tickets, your hotels, your place, everything. And after all that is done, as the day approaches, now 2 months, now 1 month, and now 15 days, and as the day approaches, are you not extremely happy? Prepare yourself. How long are we going to live in this wretched, dirty body? How long? Are we not tired? We don't want to discard even the old lungi. Ne kaam aayegi. Arey Ram, pheko. This is very important. Therefore, a real scientific approach to life is only one. And that is, by whatever means you are able to establish body disidentification from yourself, then you are leading a scientific life. Or else, like the doctors fool us. How the doctors fool us? They tell us that you are not alright. And then you say, really, last time you came, I observed you. Psychiatrist. So they have to maintain. There were two psychiatrists. They met. See, we are practicing both of us together for last 30 years. And how come you are so fresh, constantly listening to these patients? I am disgusted. So that fresh doctor said, who listens? Isn't it? So in the same manner, we do the same thing in the satsang. Who listens? The real scientific approach is, start from this hypothesis. On what ground we say that we are the body? See? We all know our body is not created by us. And when somebody else's property is occupied by us, land grabbing, encroachment, and thereafter legalized, because votes are required. In the same manner, this body produced by somebody, we have entered, the tenancy act is on, and now the one who lives, his is the house. Ram, 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 Ram. See? And what intelligence is this? Now, once you take this view, that you are living as body and what is the condition of your life, you know. Now start living as consciousness functioning through the body and see the joy of life. This is the only difference between the uneducated scientific approach and the real scientific approach given by the scriptures. And for that, in this 14th chapter, the teacher is bringing out this topic. Consciousness identified with the Prakriti, the matter, comes under its sway under three modes. One mode is that of knowledge, second mode is that of activity, and the third mode is that of matter. And as long as we are under the influence of these three things, knowledge, activity, and the possessiveness about the world, nobody will ever be able to discover happiness in their life. So what is all spiritual practice now? Stop living as body. Stop living as a doer. Stop living as a knower. Then start living as a consciousness through the body, as the consciousness through the activity, as the consciousness through the mind, and retain your independent, unpolluted existence in spite you are functioning through these three agencies. That is called as liberation while we are alive. And that is the purpose of this 14th chapter. Yesterday we have seen how we get tied up to the knowledge, sattva guna. So, tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakam anamayam sukhasangena badnati jnanasangena chanaga. Now, the second step, how we get caught up into activity. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi trushna sanga samudbhavam tannibadhnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. Dehinam, the embodied one, nibadhnanti, ties down very strongly. How? Rajo ragatmakam vidhi, through attachment. See, the whole Bhagavad Gita begins with this foundation. In the first chapter, if you remember, we have seen a disease because of which the whole world is suffering. And the name of the disease is Mamata. Don't add any Bengali surname. So, that is the disease. And this disease is again at the three levels, like this Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. The attachment of Dhritarashtra was to the throne. Isn't it? He doesn't bother for anything as long as I get my power. That's it. Then the Duryodhana was extremely attached to the enjoyment, and I want to rule and enjoy. And Arjun Singh, goody, 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 goody. I tell you one thing. Those who think that they are very goody, 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 goody and suffer, they are the worst kind of people. Please remember. Don't justify that because of goodness you are suffering. No. Because of goodness you celebrate life, not suffer. We suffer because of foolishness, not because of goodness. See? Therefore, these three kinds of mamatas are the main cause of all the problems of life. And therefore, friends, the second type is Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi. This attachment is the product of this Rajoguna. And how is this attachment? Trishna Sanga Samudbhavam. First, Trishna. Trishna means what? I want more. I want more. This attitude is called as Trishna. Whatever is given is not enough. Some more, some more. And the more we can ask, the more we can accumulate, the more smart we are in the today's world. Because we are scientifically living. See? Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi, Trishna, then Sanga Samudbhavam. Sanga is constantly wanting the company of the things or the beings. See? The more we accumulate, the more are the problems. The less we accumulate, less are the problems. The more people are around us, more problem you have. If there is none around you, then you are the problem for you. And therefore what we do? We go and share our problem with others. Why should I alone suffer? So I go to others and make them suffer. Why? Manufacture defect. What can I do? Now you suffer. So this Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi, extremely attached. And yesterday I told you, attachment is an illusion. It is not true. See, all those people, when you must have seen sometime, when somebody dies. So the living one is crying. And dialogues are standardized, without teaching. They know by default. And what is the dialogue? Now what will happen to me? The one who has gone, who cares? What will happen to me? I am important. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. In this world, everything is dear to us for our sake. Not for the sake of the object or the person. And a Mahatma said to that lady that you are crying so much, I cannot see your miseries. God has given me the power that I can discard my body and enter any body. And in this manner, I can enter your husband's dead body and enliven that so that nobody will know that your husband died, etc. No, Mahatmaji. Thank God he went. See, this is only for the sake of saying we say. So, Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi, there is nothing like attachment in this world. There is something like foolishness. What is the foolishness? Foolishness is, you imagine somebody loves you. See, There is nothing like Lavlu. Nothing. With this understanding you live. Then go on firing your dialogues with the authority of conviction. Honey, without you I cannot live. Then there was a office, and in that office there was one person transferred to some other place on a better position, and this farewell party. So naturally, when people are going, they speak good about. Gupta ji was such a great person, and this thing I will be missing him. And Gupta ji is glorified beyond proportion. And then Gupta ji decided, when his time came to speak, he said, I never knew my colleague and all of you love me so much. I had decided not to go. No, we don't mean that. You go. See? Rajo ragatmakam viddhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tanya badhnati kaunteya. And such people who are under the influence of the Rajoguna, karma sangena dehinam, they are extremely agile, all the time workaholic, and continuously, I have to do this, we have to do this thing, we have to do this thing, and all for the betterment of the society. Please understand this point. Our social service is what? Now, suppose I know Bhagavad Gita, and suppose that virus enters my system, then I should do the social service. Now, what is the kind of social service I will think of? Everybody must know Bhagavad Gita. See, our Naradji says in Mahatmya, oh, Mother Bhakti, don't worry, I take a vow that in every house, in the whole world, I will see that everybody is a devotee. See, our social service is nothing but imposition of our views on others. See? We decide what is good for others, and that we impose, not superimpose. We impose. This I learned in Delhi from one Jhopatpattiwala, very good friend of mine. He used to give me free tea, and when he wasn't there, it was all erased. And again, after 4 or 5 years, when I met him, he came running, Babaji, Babaji. I said, hey, where did you disappear? Government is foolish. First statement. I said, that is nothing new about it. It's there. What can you do? We all get the government that we deserve, not we desire. So, he said, we were so happily living there, they thought we are unhappy. And therefore they constructed a Kabutar Khana. This is his word. Kabutar Khana. Multi-storied building. And in a small room they are thrown us. You go and live there free. So, after we went in the room staying, I started falling ill, my wife started falling ill, and that time we had only 2 children. We could not get the third because third child conceived, again got aborted. We thought it is not a good thing Vastu-wise. So, I said, what did you do? I sold it out. And here we have started another multi-star facilities directly below the sky. See? And Swamiji, by your grace and Bhagwan's Kripa, now I got 6 children. Now see, we decide what is good for others. So if somebody is smoking, what is our decision? He should stop smoking. This also I told you once. One brigadier in Delhi, she, after finishing the lecture, she came, Swamiji, you please tell me to stop smoking. I said, why should I tell you? No. I want to stop, but I cannot stop. Once you tell, your Sankalpa word has got strength, I will be able to do that. I said, no, Mama, but I like you smoking. It looks so beautiful, Like, a chimney, the smoke coming out, and then you smell so nice fragrance, and your lungs become stronger and stronger, and you save a lot of money, isn't it? So keep on smoking. But why don't you tell me? I said, why should I tell you? I don't want to take the curse of the tobacco company. You smoke and die. Why should I worry? But why don't you tell? I said, I will never tell you. Even if you pay me, I will not tell you. Then I told, look here. If I really love you, and I do, and therefore I like you as you are, not by changing anything. See? Otherwise, like that man, it was raining heavily, and the bell rang. So he opened the door. Who is that? And again banged. Again she pressed the bell, and the moment he opened the door, she told, how dare you close the door on my face? Oh, it's you, I didn't recognize. Because of the rains, all the makeup was washed out. Therefore, please remember, this is very, very important. With our imagination, that we like something, we don't like something, and we should do something for the society, forget about it. Please remember these two principles. Chapter number 4, Bhagwan has taken this contract. You are not given a subcontract. What is that? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Whenever there is a need, I will come and clear up the mess. You don't bother about it. And then what should we do? Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayed. You are in a classroom to study and pass and get out. Not do the social work. Sir, that student has not understood. Will you please explain again? Have you ever heard this type of statement? No. We are all in this university to learn and grow, progress. But when we are extremely agile, workaholic, we want to do something and there is nothing to do at home because the home ministry is very strong. Then such people go and persecute the world with their social service. So, rajo ragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tanya badhnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. Now see one more step. When I want to do this, I want to do that, naturally money is required. Then fund collection drive. And the whole life goes in collecting funds. Please remember, wherever there is money, there Paramatma disappears. See? The more you collect the money, the more you, and then there is a fight going on whether he should be there or I should be there, and this thing, and I have decided, I have brought this money, Ram, Ram, Ram. आए थे हरि भजन को करने होटल लगे कपास. This I learned from one of my girlfriend. She took me to some temple, and after seeing the temple, the gods and all that, I came out. In one stroke, I did namaskar like this. So many of them, how many places will you go? And I came. I said, Mama, I am through. Mine was a SMS namaskar. So she said, Swamiji, but you have not seen that Balaji. I said, what Balaji? I have seen original. This is Xerox. What will I do here? No, come. Again I had to go. And then explanation. How do you like the ornaments? I said, your ornaments are good. No, not mine, God's. I said, why do you worry about God's ornament? Are you jealous? No, Swamiji, I have given to God. Look here. People do that. You don't know. They do that. And then she told me, Swamiji, whenever I come here, one day before I tell the pujari, Tomorrow I am coming. Kindly decorate the God with my ornaments. And when I go there, I don't look at God, I look at my ornaments. Look here. Therefore, never become a manager of a God's temple. If you become a manager of the God's temple, not only you will keep on shouting on the devotees visiting, one day you may tell, Bhagwan, jara theek se dena. Don't give Ashirwad to any Tom, Dick and Harry. Kindly scrutinize before you give. Why this is karma sangena dehinam. I want to do this, I want to do that. Now, the third stage. Tamasta jnanajam vidhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadalasya nidravihi tanyabadhnati bharata. Tamaha tu ajnanajam vidhi. Now, what is this tamoguna? Born out of ignorance or the creator of ignorance, and sarvadehina mohanam. He is deluding everyone. By what? There are three techniques by which the tamoguna deludes us. First technique is pramada. Pramad means what we are supposed to do, we refuse to do. What we are not supposed to do, that we insist to do. This is pramada. It is something like, according to the Karma Kanda, there are so many rules and regulations. So, one lady asked a question. I was in a ladies' group. Swamiji, why we are not allowed to chant Gayatri? I said, my dear mother, don't call me mother, Swamiji. I said, okay, my dear father, don't call me mother. When I call you mother, you don't like. And when you are going and somebody whistles at you, that also you don't like. Then what should we call you? Mr. Genetic Material. Okay, what is the problem? Problem is, why we are not allowed to chant Gayatri Mantra? I said, what you are allowed to do, are you doing that? Do you know why we tell don't chant Gayatri Mantra? Then you will say, no, we will chant. And this is what we want. Therefore, this is pramada. What should be done is not done, what should not be done should be done. Friends, please remember, one day in this equality thing, one girl was arguing with me. I never argue, I was just enjoying. She said, Swamiji, you are keeping your mouth shut, therefore you are insulting me. You must tell me what is the truth. I said, I agree with you, your equanimity, that everybody should be equal. Man and woman should be equal. Agreed? I agree. Suppose, thank God it is not so, suppose I am your husband. Yes. Today I got one SMS. Swamiji, if at all I get married, and if at all I get a son, should I name him as Anubhavi or Anubhava? Hare Ram. And that was, from outside India. Acha. So I said, suppose I am your husband and you are my wife. And we are thinking all the time, we should be equal. So we will go for a marriage party. You put on pant, shirt, as you normally like to put on pant, shirt, necktie. And I'll put on a sari. When you insist on putting on pant and shirt, why shouldn't I put on sari? And we'll go together like that, See? Equality doesn't mean that only ladies should put on the pant and shirt and they should cut the thing. I will also put on all the ladies thing, And in the Western world they do. They make hole everywhere, The real holy people. They will do that, and in this manner, pramada, what should be done is not done. What should not be done is insisted upon. This is what the Tamoguna destroys the better opportunities in our life. Now second thing, alasya. Alasya is what? See, alas means laziness, but this word doesn't give the full import when you translate in English. Alas or laziness means you have no charm of doing anything in your life. You are living because you are unable to die. Somehow or the other, come on, let's take food. I don't feel like eating food. Let's go for a walk. What is there? Go for a walk. Then let us sleep. I don't want to live. This kind of life, where we are carrying the load of life, that is called as alas. Alas doesn't mean lazy. No, such people do not have any charm in them. The technical word is rasa. Raso vaisaha. The other day, I was in North Carolina, and one girl, our Indian girl, I knew her when she was 5 years onwards. So now she is studying there in college, and very close to me. She has gone with me to all the Tirtha Kshetra right from there. So when she knew I am there, she came a long distance and spent 3-4 days with me. That time she must be about 18, 19. So full of life. And after 2-3 days she went, and my host was telling, Swamiji, this your Ranjani, she is so full of life. Isn't it something good about her? Don't we like people who are full of life? Otherwise you go, the moment you enter the home, there is a condolence atmosphere. And then such children, they are hungry for a healthy shoulder to rest upon, a loving hug, and then they get in the wrong channels. On the contrary, if our house is like this, everybody is dying to come home because mom is there, dad is there, and there is no dharma kshetra, kurukshetra. Otherwise, any time the children come at home, they are constantly fighting. One young boy from US came, stayed with me for about a month. I asked him, I never ask any question to anybody about anything. So about 28 days he stayed. I said, hey, so many days you are with me, you never said anything about your mom, dad. Swamiji, they are kids. They fight on small issues. We feel ashamed to fight before them because they compete with us. As a result, we all the brothers and sisters, we have got better understanding than the two. So when they two start fighting, we go out for a walk. And their reason for fighting is so silly. See? Therefore, first is pramada alasya, no rus in living. Now be very attentive. What is the meaning of rus or joy in living? Learn to enjoy everything that you do. Everything. If you are reading a newspaper, enjoy. Start from the cartoons. Or if you are taking food, enjoy every bite. Or if you are going for a walk, walk every step with full life in that. Not somehow or the other dragging, as if some truck is coming from backside, therefore you are walking. No. Let every activity of your life demonstrate life in you. Then life is lived. So, pramada, alasya, and third, nidra. One lady went to the doctor, I don't get sleep, I don't know what I should do. Whole night I keep awake. What do you do whole day? I sleep. How will you get sleep? There is one amma of mine, she comes and stays with me for about 2 months, 3 months, every year. And whole day, she works like a donkey. And just to make fun of her, one day I told her, I said, Amma, why don't you wash the walls of the house? Because she is constantly working on something or the other. She said, okay, Swamiji. And I never imagined that she will do that. Then the whole house from outside, she got this, the ladder from somewhere, and then the bucket and the water and the soap water, and the whole house from outside she has cleaned, washed so beautifully. It took 2-3 days. I never noticed it. Then on the third day, she told me, Swamiji, please come. That day you told me to wash the house. Now see how it looks. I was so shocked. I said, Amma, are you mad? Why do you work so much? She says, Swamiji, you don't understand anything, therefore you are sorry. I said, make me understand. She said, when I work for you, it is the highest joy. And when I work for the whole day, evening, the moment I land on the bed, instantaneously, 8 hours solid sleep. See? Hour is, Utho, there is no strength to get up. So why waste time? Go to sleep. See? Lead a dynamic life without getting attached to anything and let the life express fully. So this tamoguna overpowers us and we miss the best opportunity the Lord has given to evolve. See, if you see the difference between us and the animal, what is the difference? Only one difference. We alone can express happiness to the maximum. All other things, creation in this world cannot express. See, cows were eating the same grass from the day they are created. There is no grass chow. Cow going to the Pizza Hut. Will you please give me grass chow, Chinese? Okay, no. If you see the crows, they are constructing the same houses, nests out of the very hard sticks. There is no change. But when you look at the human beings, how much more expression. And the highest expression will be not ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithurancha. 4 things. Eating, procreation, fear of death constantly, and security. How long will you continue with this? There is something higher in life, possibility. Explore that possibility. And then you have really taken the challenge of life. Why there is no joy in our life? Because we become mechanical. We go to the office. Ramu, chai le aao. What you have done? Nothing. And then wait through the whole time, all the time the hand is below the table. And above, Om Vishnu Vishnu Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhavat Prabhu Bhuta Atma Bhuta No. What works? When you remember the Narayana, Lakshmi comes. How long this wretched third-class life? So, after having told these 3 things, then Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayati Rajak Karmani Bharata Jnanam Avrutyatu Tamaha Pramade Sanjayatyuta. So, this thing is summarized now. Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayati. When we are predominantly sattvic, we all the time want comforts. See? Those people who are goody type, na? And what is the goody type? I don't like shouting, no. I don't like disturbance. I don't like bad smell. Therefore, I put on the Baygon spray on me. I don't like this. And then what? I like cleanliness. I like very things methodical. This is all. Then what I feel about myself? I am a sattvic person. About this sattvic, one person asked me, Swamiji, I am extremely sattvic. What will happen now? I said, explain what is your sattvic means what? I eat naturopathy food. You know naturopathy food? They go on grazing. wheat grass, then barley grass, all the grasses they eat. And then no salt, no sugar, no maida, and then no wheat and no rice, no milk, because we are extremely sattvic. Now I am doing this thing. Now what will happen? I said, by this practice, your next life, you will be able to graze very comfortably. Do you mean next life I will get animals? I said, yes, this kind of food is eaten only by animals. Then I asked, I said, look here, by this kind of sattvic food, if things are going to change, then if you go to the cold climate, there people, how they eat, I am unable to even imagine. They eat cold food, they drink cold milk, they don't take any spices and all that. And when I was there, I was so disgusted that, pizza and the bread and then the butter on that, and it will come out of the mouth, it will not go in. So dirty food. But they are very happy with that. Now, does it mean they have all control over themselves? On the contrary, maximum licentiousness is found among that Western kind of people who don't take spices, who don't take achar, who don't take papadam, and who don't take the samosa and aloo bonda. See? So that is nothing to do. Therefore, Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayati. Let us not have this wrong kind of understanding that I am a very goody. And such people complain. Once this happened in Vipul, I remember. One lady, she said, Swamiji, why good people suffer in life? And she was from a very healthy, round figure family. I said, Amma, are you suffering in life? No, Swamiji, by God, everything is fine as regard I am concerned. I said, do you know why? Because you are not a good person. Because according to you, good people alone suffer in life. And you are not suffering. So you have to be bad. Please understand, good people don't complain. They don't compare. Their goodness is natural, like the fragrance to the flower. So, Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayati Rajak Karmani Bharata. And when we are under the influence of the Rajoguna, non-stop, something or the other, I had to do. Because something, you must have seen some people, they can't sit quiet. Their leg will keep on moving. There is no need. Or they will go on eating the nails. Still there is something good. I have seen one lady, so much eating continuously like this thing. And I went to give her a cup of tea or a glass of water. So I said, Amma, with this tea, what will you like to have? No, Swamiji, I don't eat anything. I said, my nails are still there. But I have seen, you are exhausted. Such people always feel bad that they have got only 10 fingers. Had there been one more, would have been. See, something or the other. And you know why I am telling you this? Because of this attitude to do something, we want to do meditation. Arey Ram, meditation kiya nahi jata, ho jata hai. See? You know that Hindi song? Pyar kiya nahi jata. Everybody knows. But no, we are sattvic people. We go to satsang. We don't listen to cinema songs and all kinds of things. We only hear Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And the moment somebody comes, then again more seriously, Hare Ram. To whom are we cheating? To whom are we deceiving? So, Rajo Ragatmakam Vidya Rajaha Karmani Bharata Sanjayati. Such people are all the time workaholic and completely lost in that. Please remember, spiritual practice, scientific lifestyle is undoing all what we have been doing. Is unbecoming all what we have become so far. Enough of it. And discover the beauty that you are. And when you look at your own beauty, as you stand before the mirror, what a joy it is. If somebody has created something wonderful, it is this, it is this, it is this. I got one SMS. It is hard to find cute friends. It is hard to find pure friend. It is very difficult to get an intelligent friend. All these three things together, impossible. Therefore, my advice to you, don't lose me. Raja Karmani Bharat. Now you understand the tube light effect. This is called as tube light effect. Then the third, Jnanam avrutya tamaha pramade sanjayatyuta. And Arjun, this tamo guna covers the wisdom, the understanding. And when wisdom and understanding is covered, we are prone to go the wrong way. And not only that, going wrong way is considered as the right lifestyle. See? I was in Ayyappa temple, I think in 70s, late 70s. That was my first visit. And not much rush because I went on the last day, and by some calculation, they have to extend one day, some puja. So there was no rush and I had a very good darshan. And they took me inside that sanctum, and then I did the puja and that abhishek and everything, and then they gave me very good food. Therefore, they are all good people. So when that was being done, one Punjabi came from Delhi. And after doing that, he came there, did namaskar, and slowly, like you give the bribe, slowly he slid some money, maybe 100, 200, then to that Panditji, and Panditji, he was told, keep it for yours. So the Panditji took that amount, he said thank you, and put it in the pundi of the temple. So he saw that. And then he came afterwards when I finished my food and all that. I said, Mahatma, you join with me for food, prasad hai Bhagwan ka. He came and joined. And then he asked me, his name is Sharma, I don't know where he is now. It was the first and the last time I saw him. He said, Swamiji, please tell me one thing. Why I have this habit? Wherever I go, unless I give something bribe, I don't feel I am fulfilled. There is no need. And yet I do that. See? Adharmam dharma iti manyate tamasavrata. This is how this tamo guna jnanam avrutya pramade sanjayati. Therefore, our wisdom, our understanding, everything gets corrupted. And we start imagining that this is the only way we can live our life. And how these three gunas are playing havoc in our life. Please don't forget the basic thing that I started with. We are at present living as body, as prana, as the mind. Now what we have to do? We have to start living as consciousness through the body, as consciousness through the prana, the activities, as consciousness through the mind. For that, we must know what are the modifications the body, the prana, the mind undergoes under different influences of the sattva, rajas, tamas. And once we know that, and then we know how we get identified with this modification, then only we will be able to separate ourselves and find out really What I can think that I am the body, old, young, but do I really have the experience that I am growing? We don't have that experience. I went to take food in somebody's place. That Amma is having a latest new denture and very old. She can't even climb 10 steps. Now even to small girls I call Amma. So to her also, Amma, how is your health? So Amiji, when you call me Amma, I don't like it. I said, okay beta, how are you? Then she said, Swamiji, I feel good now. You should call me beta. 95 not out. And you want to be called as a beta? So I said, I will call you beta. But that doesn't mean I am older than you, okay? How we get lost. So the more you become aware, therefore yesterday I told you, spiritual life is not the life of concentration. Don't concentrate anywhere. Become more and more aware. The more aware you are, the more effective you are. The more aware you are beyond the influence of the three gunas. And then you are living as consciousness through the three conditionings of the body, prana and the mind. And for that, we must know what are the modifications of these three conditioning under the influence of the three gunas. And once you know this is what is happening, separate yourself out with the courage. Buddhya dhruti gruhitaya atma samstam mana krutva na kinchid abhijintayet. And then you will come to realize, hey, I was unnecessarily suffering in my life. See? Therefore, now how these three gunas are functioning, because of which we unnecessarily suffer. First, 10th verse, rajas sattvam chabhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata, rajas tamas chabhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata, rajas sattvam tamaschaiva, tamas sattvam rajas tatha. This is the technique. Now, to make this point clear, I will give an example. You have decided, let us go for a satsang. That time you are under the influence of sattva guna. Because knowledge is predominant in satsang. And then, satsang, the same thing, you are Atma, you are Brahman, but nobody knows who is Atma, who is Brahman. I know only CH Atma, what Bharya? Why not we go for a nice long walk on the sea beach? And there people are running. We decide to go there. Okay, we'll go for a long walk. Forget about satsang. What is there on sea beach? Why not watch a serial? Maybe kabhi Prime Minister tha. Let us watch serial. And then I think when is the food going to be ready? 10 o'clock. Okay, I just relax. So 7 to 10, again I go to sleep. Now these three things. When the first sankalpa came in your mind, let us go for the satsanga. That time you were under the influence of the sattva guna. You have pressed the rajas and the tamas. Then again, rajas said, Mujhe davaya. I'll show you. And then Rajaguna. What is there in the satsang? All oldies, useless people go for satsang. I am not old, I am young, 98 years young. Many old people make this statement. Swamiji, guess what is my age? So I did maybe 3 or 3.5. Because this question is asked only by the children. The wise people never ask the question about somebody's age. Because they are ageless. So, we have no experience of our growth and yet we imagine that I am growing. Why? Because Rajoguna is empowering, overpowering. And then when Rajoguna is asking to get into activity, Tamoguna says, you can't bypass me. I am there. And then it will influence. In this manner, these three gunas are constantly playing havoc in your life. Now what is important is, all the three gunas are essential in life. If there is no tamoguna, you cannot sleep. If there is no rajoguna, you cannot work in this world. If there is no sattva guna, you cannot have understanding and wisdom. All three of them are required. Now what is more important is not the qualities and the effect of the three gunas. What is important is whether they are ruling you or you are ruling them. That is important. See? Suppose you have a car and you start from here, our Prempuri ashram, and you are going towards Dadar, and you have to apply a brake somewhere. But your car is a unique one. When you apply a brake on the Pedder road, it stops after the Worli Sea face. Isn't it? All insurance companies under danger. In the same manner, we have got either a starting trouble, so lagao dhakka. So starting trouble is the influence of rajoguna, tamoguna, not rajoguna. And the second problem is, once it started, it doesn't stop. See? That is the influence of the rajoguna. And the third is, only goody. Ram, please remember, in this world, we deceive ourselves the most. The most we deceive ourselves. I tell you, once I was so surprised. There is one central minister, very intelligent person, a rare commodity. And he was a governor somewhere in India only. And I was his guest because of his wife. And he was out to Delhi that time. And second day he came. And his wife told me, Swamiji, my husband never goes to satsang. And he just doesn't care for any Swami. So please don't mind. I said, I also like such people. I don't mind. And then we were nicely, having all kinds of discussions, talks about the politics, about the climate, about the weather, about the temperature. These are the topics which do not create papa punya. Isn't it? So I was having discussion. And then we were having food. So we sat for food. And then I said, Amma, I want green chili. Why didn't you bring it? Swamiji, shall I get? I said, yes, unless you get green chili, I am not going to eat. And that Amma, poor lady, she very elderly one, she got a weight in the kitchen and found out and got it. Swamiji, I said, now I will have my real bite. And we ate and all that. And that evening, he sent a message, because he was a governor, that governor is visiting for the lecture. Naturally, all the security arrangement and all that. And I never knew. So as usual, I went with my car and all that. Then he came and he sat in the front, right on the floor with the proper place, because they have got security problem. And heard through the whole thing and came back. And when we went back, his wife came and she touched my feet, hugged me, kissed me. She said, Swamiji, I can't believe I am with my husband for last 50 years. Once I could not pursue him to go even to temple. Today is the best day in my life that he has come for satsang. What jadoo you have done on him? I said, I have got Mohini Vidya. And again in the evening, we had our food and we were walking on the lawn. And he told me, he said, Swamiji, do you know why I came for your lecture? I said, you came because you wanted to just pass time somehow. So you came, what else? He said, no, because in the morning you have asked for chili. I said, what is that? He said, you are not having double standard in your life, I have seen that. What you are in the world, the same you are on the stage. See how important it is. We all lived a double standard life. And that double standard life makes our life miserable. This is how the three gunas are playing havoc in our life. How dare any guna will do any trouble to us? Another example I'll tell you. One day, I finished my breakfast and some people were supposed to come and meet me. So I said, hey, let them sit down. I'm going to sleep. Morning, 8 o'clock I slept and got up at 10 o'clock. And poor fellows were waiting. And I said, hey, I was sleeping, I was feeling so sleepy. Even if you would have talked to me, I would not have understood anything. Therefore I slept. Now you talk, everything I remember by heart. If you lead your life sincerely, without any stories, without any obsessions, without any showbazi, without any hypocrisy, then the truth is expressing through you. And then see the joy of life. When I have to tell that this wall is black, in fact it is white, but I had to tell it is black, how much I will have to struggle? Simplest life is, call a spade, a diamond a diamond. Life becomes very easy. But why we are not able to do this? Only because we are under the influence of these three gunas. Let us be innocent like children. Purity is this. Once I was coming from Delhi by train, and there is one girl, now she is grown up. She was with me, with her parents and all that, and she never knew what is the meaning of Sardarji. But she knew all the jokes of Sardarji. And in our compartment where we were sitting, in that two-tier, there was one Sardarji. And she was telling, Swamiji, tell me some Sardarji joke. And that Sardarji was sitting in front. I said, hey, I don't know. Then I said, why don't you tell? And then she told Sardarji joke. Swamiji, do you know, there were 4 Sardarjis. And she doesn't know that she is talking in front of a Sardar, And she is nicely going on. And she said, there are 4 Sardarjis. And any business they do, it is to fail. So they went to astrologers. What should we do? They say, you start a motor garage. It will be successful. They started, it failed. So again they say, what happened? Why it is not running? Tell me, where is your garage? On the 11th floor. How a garage will run on the 11th floor? Then the astrologer told, okay, now again I have seen your stars. Now you start another thing. You start a taxi. Again they ran, again came back. No passenger comes in our taxi. I don't know what happened. So they asked, tell me how do you... 4 of us sit in the taxi and move. Now, when all that was over, we all enjoyed. Sardarji also enjoyed. Sardarjis are full of life. So he also enjoyed. Then I asked her, hey, do you know what is the meaning of Sardarji? I don't know. Sardarji means those on whom there are jokes. Then I told, I said, look here, this uncle who is sitting, he is Sardarji. But he is not cutting jokes. How can he be? See, that innocence, that purity, that joy takes you beyond the influence of these 3 gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. What is our condition? When children are playing and enjoying, we go there as oldies. Children, behave properly. Don't go that side, you will fall down. Arey Ram, let them enjoy. Let them fall. Now, why our problem? Our problem is because we do our half-half. And therefore, we try to protect the child so much. Instead of pruning, we make a bonsai. See? Therefore, these three gunas, Rajas, Sattvas, Tamas, they overpower each other, and in their competition, whosoever succeeds takes over. And we, as the victim of these three gunas, are slaves. So if we are the victim of Sattva Guna, all the time interested in reading. The child wants food, the husband wants attention, there is somebody in the house, no interest, I want to read only something or the other. This is no good. We all have to have a perfect balance. When you have to take food, you should take food. When you have to sleep, you should sleep. When you have to study, you should study. Then only you have conquered the three gunas. And when you conquer the three gunas, then you come to discover you are not the slave, but you are the master. See? How many of us are the slaves of these three gunas? Therefore, to make us understand, Bhagavan is telling here, Sattva tamascha Rajas tamascha vibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. So sattva is powerful, then tamas and rajas is put down, and so on. So when the sattva guna becomes predominant, that time what happens? Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tada vidyad vivruddham sattvamitita lobha pravrittirarambha karmanam ashamaspruha रजसेतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे भरतर्षभ अप्रकाशो अप्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादो मोहमेव च तमस्सेतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे कुरुनंदन. In these three verses, Bhagavan tells us, when the sattva is in the upsurge, when rajoguna is overpowering, and when tamoguna is overpowering, under this three overpowering effect of the three gunas, what is the type of expression that we have in this world? And once we become aware of this, now be very attentive. Do not take this knowledge to evaluate and pass judgment on others. Like one child, after the children's camp was over, he went home and his father told his wife, hey, kindly phone Guptaji that I am not going to go to office and he will manage somehow. I am feeling very lazy and tired. Now the child has recently completed the camp. He went to his daddy. Papa, you are not the body. You are becoming the slave of your body. If you become the slave of your body, what will I look up to? The father jumped out, Baba, I will go to the office. In the same manner, this knowledge, don't listen, that's very tamoguni. You see, these are the expression among the satsangi. They abuse with the gunas. It is meant for recognition, being aware, and then change yourself. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.